Welcome to HBOT Journal, a channel dedicated to understanding hyperbaric oxygen therapy through evidence, science, and experience.
So when you think about a hyperbaric chamber, what comes to mind? Probably all the high-tech gear, right? The oxygen, the pressure dials. But what if I told you the real boss, the thing that actually sets the pace, isn't some fancy computer? It's your ears. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's get into it, because it's this amazing example of our own biology telling the technology what to do. All right, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll talk about the ear as this unlikely governor. Then, we'll dive into the anatomy that's really feeling the pressure. After that, we'll look at the body's super clever solution to the problem, why your ears are such a great alarm system, and finally, we'll reframe that feeling you get as a safety signal, not, a sign of failure. Okay, so let's jump right into this first idea. In a hyperbaric chamber, your body has its own pacer, its own governor, and trust me, it's not what you think it is. It's natural to look at all the blinking lights and digital readouts and think that's what's in control. But here's the thing. The most important, most sensitive gauge in that whole room is actually part of you. It's your own body giving you instant feedback, way before anything else notices. And learning to listen to that feedback, that's the absolute key to the whole thing. So think of your ear like the very first checkpoint in a security system. As the pressure starts to shift, even a tiny bit, your ear is the first thing to flag it. It's this amazing built-in, real-time sensor. And it's not a bug, it's a feature. This biological checkpoint is what tells us the safe speed to go. So why is the ear so good at this? Well, to get it, we've got to look at how it's built. It's basically a tale of two different worlds, separated by this tiny little barrier. Okay, check this out. On one side, you've got your outer ear. It's open to the chamber, so the pressure there changes instantly with the room. But then, right behind your eardrum, you've got the middle ear. And that's a sealed-off, air-filled little pocket. So when the pressure outside goes up, the pressure inside that little pocket stays the same. That creates a push, an imbalance right on your eardrum. And that is the feeling of fullness or pressure you notice. And that quote really nails it. This isn't some medical issue or complication. It's just straight-up physics bumping into human anatomy. You've got more pressure on the outside pushing against an eardrum with less pressure behind it. The body's got to find a way to even things out. Luckily for us, our bodies are pretty smart. We have this really elegant built-in solution for exactly this problem. And it all comes down to this tiny little tube that most people don't even know is there. And here it is, the Eustachian tube. This is the star of the show. It's this tiny little channel that connects that sealed-off middle ear to the back of your throat. Now, most of the time it's just closed, but its whole job is to pop open for just a split second to let air in or out, balancing the pressure perfectly. So here's how it works in real time. The pressure outside starts building up against your eardrum. Then you do something simple, right? You swallow or you yawn. That little movement is all it takes to flex the muscles around that tube and pop, it opens for a second. In that instant, a little puff of air zips up from your throat into your middle ear. And just like that, the pressure is equalized. That feeling of fullness, gone. And this is so important to get. It's all about timing, not force. You're not trying to blast air up there. It's about a gentle action like a swallow at just the right moment. That lets your body's own system do its job. Trying to force it, that usually just makes things harder. Okay, so that kind of begs the question, right? Why are our ears so sensitive? Why don't we feel this in our lungs or somewhere else? The answer is all about how they handle air. Look at the difference here. Your lungs, they're constantly swapping air with the outside world. Every single breath you take automatically evens out the pressure. It's passive. But your middle ear, remember, is a closed-off room. It only gets new air intermittently and only when you actively do something like swallow. That design is exactly what makes it such a perfect, instant alarm for even the slightest pressure change. And that's really the big idea here. That feeling in your ears isn't a problem, it's a message. It's your body giving you perfect, real-time data about how it's adapting. It's a signal that's meant to be heard, not something you should just ignore. So this brings us to what might be the most crucial point of all. How do you read that signal? Because it's really easy to feel that pressure and think, oh, I'm doing something wrong, or my body's failing. But that's not it at all. So let's just ask the question directly. When you feel that discomfort in your ears and a simple swallow isn't fixing it, should you just tough it out, push through the feeling? The answer is a hard no. Absolutely not. That discomfort isn't something you're supposed to endure. It's pure information. It's your body's checkpoint system saying, hey, "Hang on a second, I need a moment to catch up here." And that message is meant for the person running the session so they can adjust the pace. Ignoring it just bypasses your own built-in safety system.
And it's totally normal for this to change day to day. Some days, clearing your ears feels like nothing. Other days, it's a bit of a struggle. That's not on you. It could be anything. Tiny differences in your anatomy, maybe you're a little congested or tired, or even just not hydrated enough. All those things can affect how easily that little tube decides to open.
So if you ever need to pause or slow things down because your ears are talking to you, please remember this. That is not a failure. It's actually the opposite. It's a sign of success. It means the entire system is working just like it's supposed to, and you're respecting your body's natural safety limits. When you really think about it, your ears are the smart pacer for the whole session. They make sure the technology never gets ahead of your body's ability to keep up. So pausing isn't a setback. It's just part of how the system is controlled, with your own biology being the most important gauge in the room. So in the end, it's all about this incredible dance between physics, our own anatomy, and of course, careful supervision. Your ears aren't some obstacle you have to get past, they're your guide, making sure every step happens at the right pace. It's a great reminder that no matter how powerful the tech is, the best and safest way forward is always to listen to the body's own wisdom, especially when it's tailored to the individual under the right supervision.
To continue learning, explore the HBOT Journal channel.